Have you ever been there and never wondered whatever happened to your property if it has been damaged? Who is even liable to pay? Whatever happens when your property has been damaged and you don't even know where to start from? Today I'm here to talk to you about what is called malicious damage property, what amounts to malicious damage of property, what laws are in place to be able to give you a remedy for whatever happens to your property. Either you're in public or you're in private, someone has to pay. Unfortunately enough, the law is yet to provide for you solutions. Welcome everyone, my name is Simply Legal and today we're here to talk to you about malicious damage to property. So, let's go. Welcome back to Simply Legal. My name is Kahuma, the usual host on this channel. And guys, first of all, I love the fact that these videos are going up and up and up and up. The channel right now is almost on 3,300 subscribers and we are well on our way to 4,000 subscribers. Before I start the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos for everyone to be able to know about this legal knowledge on Simply Legal. Then, also, I have a legal mobile app called Fameron, which connects lawyers and people together, offering a multitude of other services which promote access to justice for those who cannot afford and provision of cheaper legal services for people who can be able to afford. Fameron can be found in both Play Store and Apple Store. Thank you so much. Now, aside from that, what is malicious damage property? Many times we think about what is damaged property. Thieves come and vandalize our property and we do not know how to term it. Are there any legal terms about it? Are there any laws in place? The law in place, first of all, is what's called the Penal Code Act of Uganda, Cap 120. In specific, Section 335, which is 335 of the Penal Code Act, tells us about what malicious damage property is. I'll give many scenarios. I'll start, unfortunately, with our very own Uganda police. It's quite disappointing that even the people who are tasked to protect us are, in a way, doing harm to us. For example, many times I've watched many videos about our very own country, and I have actually been on the highway, on the roads, and I see a number of people who are away, and the traffic police pulls away their number plate. I'm not trying to incriminate the Ugandan police. I'm actually saying that Ugandan police has done a very good job in our country. But when it comes to that whole sector of vandalizing or removing someone's number plate, all because of a traffic offense, I don't think that is right. If we are to actually revisit the laws of Uganda, which is the Traffic Rules and Safety Regulations Act, it was initially put into place in 1998. There is no law or no penalty that says that if a traffic road user is pulled on the side and you find that their car is under poor mechanical condition, you're supposed to pluck off their number plate. That is not right, because you cannot. There's always a common saying that you cannot right two wrongs, meaning you cannot make it right by doing another wrong. By removing their number plate, that is what's called malicious damage property, because a number plate is part of the car. So once you remove the number plate, it's going to take so much to put that number plate back on this road user's car. There are penalties in place that come into play when you are trying to find someone for driving a car which is in poor mechanical condition. Actually, in most cases, there's a fine for that. Either you're going to fine them, you're going to give them a ticket, and then they're going to go and work on their car. But to compel them to go and work on their car by forcefully removing their number plate, I don't think that is right. So to me, that actually amounts to malicious damage property. And someone can if someone is really empowered with their laws or their rights, they can be able to sue Uganda police. So I don't think that's a right mechanism. Another example can be thieves are attacking you at night time, and on their way to attacking you, they remove your number plate, or they could even remove your tire, or they could remove your rims, or they could even start smashing the windows on your car. That too is malicious damage property. Now that I've given you at least two examples, I'll bring others later. The penalty in place for malicious damage property under the Penal Code Act 120 is to imprison you for a space of 5 years, or a term of 5 years imprisonment. So once you're able to go to jail for a 5-year imprisonment for malicious damage property, then there you will learn that you cannot just go and vandalize someone's property. Someone has worked tooth and nail for their car. You're going to go and find their car in the parking lot, all because you want to make some quick money. You're going to start vandalizing their car, hitting their car with stones, hitting their tail lights, and you're going to leave their car in a wreck. If they are able to find you, trust me, you're going to go to jail for 5 years. or you're going to pay a very heavy fine, or even both if a judge is very, very harsh on you. Now, in many situations, damaged property is seen, it's not taken extremely so much in Uganda, but I would like us to take it extremely serious, because people use their property on a daily basis. Even someone getting your phone and smashing it on the ground, that is malicious damaged property. We need to revisit what malicious means. The word malicious means it was intentional and you did not think of the other person. Then damage, you are intentionally inflicting harm on someone's property. You do not only inflict harm on a person's body, you also inflict harm on their property. So, in other words, in regards to section 335 of the Penal Code Act, malicious damaged property, I think, is something that should be enforced so much, even by our own law enforcement forces. So I don't think that is right. The whole damaging of property, hitting people's lights, coming and burning someone's property, now that one is arson. I'll talk about it in a different video. But I don't commonly handle criminal issues on my channel, but malicious damaged property is actually a criminal offense. I will also want to educate you on what a felony is and a misdemeanor is and a crime. I think we all know crimes, and we normally call them emisango or omusango in Uganda. It's commonly known as omusango. Now, omusango or a crime means a wrongdoing or a wrong act that is done by a person. Now, even in crimes, we have two types of crimes. We have a felony and we have a misdemeanor. I've already explained to you that a crime commonly known as omusango or emisango, which is many crimes, there are two types. We have a felony and we have a misdemeanor. A felony is a capital offense. What is a capital offense? A capital offense is a very huge or very horrendous crime. Capital offenses or felonies can amount to murder, they can amount to homicides, they can even amount to malicious damaged property. To me, that is a felony. Then in most cases, felonies which are capital offenses are liable for 10 to 20 years plus, and you also have to pay a fine. A misdemeanor, on the other hand, is a smaller crime. Misdemeanors can amount to assault, they can amount to driving without a driver's permit or driver's license. By the way, under section 33 of the Traffic Rules and Safety Regulations, driving without a driver's license, you're liable to actually paying a fine and also going to jail for a space of 1 year. For 1 year, above 1 year and less than 2 years. So you can go to jail for 1 year and 5 months, or 1 year and 6 months. So in other words, driving without a driver's license or a permit or a properly registered car is also a criminal offense. But that is an example of a misdemeanor. So I hope I've been able to explain what a felony is and what a misdemeanor is. A misdemeanor is a lesser crime, but is also punishable. But a felony is a capital offense. You're even liable, in the past you'd be liable for death or life imprisonment. You still are for life imprisonment. So thanks so much for listening to me, everyone. I wanted to explain to you exactly what malicious damaged property is and what I've been seeing in the media, even on TikToks. Nowadays, people are happy to, someone can post a TikTok of damaging someone's property and they're actually happy about that. People are paid to damage other people's property in developed countries, but that is a capital offense. Never try any of this at home. And for my dear law enforcers, stop plucking out people's number plates, because it's not a good thing to do. There are other ways of making people pay fines, and instead of compelling them, just give them a ticket and put it in the system. I'm glad that we're now doing that, but plucking off a number plate is not good, or plucking off a side mirror to make someone pay for something is, to me, it amounts to malicious damaged property. And the way anyone can be able to recover from malicious damaged property is you can get the person. In today's world, we have media. If you notice that someone is damaging your property and you're able to get them, you can even get that as primary evidence. You can be able to film them, you can be able to get them on camera and use that as evidence. So when you take them in court, you're going to sue them for malicious damaged property. You can come up with a plaint, go to your lawyer, come up with a plaint and file a lawsuit in court and state that, you know what, I want this person to pay for damages. So the best thing you can do is to get damages for malicious damaged property, because they're damaging your property and not you. If they were injuring you, that would be an entirely different case. But since they're doing malicious damaged property, then the best way you can get retribution for your property or get remedies is to file for damages and recovery of to be able to put your property back to where it was. So thanks so much for listening to me, everyone. I remain yours truly, Terry Kahuma. I love the fact that Simply Legal is going places. Please hit the subscribe button for those who are new to my channel. Hit the like button, and please keep sharing these videos so that we can keep growing to 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. And I remain yours truly, Terry Kahuma, and I'll see you next time. Bye.